So dear learners, welcome to all. Now we will discuss about the scope of curriculum evaluation. I have told you all the modalities of any curriculum and I explained you that why do we need the curriculum evaluation in previous lecture. Now I am trying to give you a kind of scope, that is where the curriculum evaluation is needed and what are the areas where we should touch this and we should try to make the evaluation there so that we can improve the whole system of education. And let us try to understand and enjoy the learning, please. Scope of curriculum evaluation. Evaluation is necessary if program success is to be assessed. Several aspects of the program, such as the suitability of each component, the sequencing and the input process must be judged. So, evaluation serves several purposes. Evaluation is very essential because to improve an existing program. Parents and students often question the relevance of a program, particularly at the higher education level, on the basis of its adequacy to meet academic needs and gain employment. The number of college and university dropouts has increased significantly. Evaluation of current program is therefore becoming more and more necessary. So, improve the existing this kind of existing program. Why we are having this program? That parents and students often question the relevance of a program. You are implementing this program, how this program is relevant to my child. So, if a teacher, if a parents are asking this kind of questions, particularly at the higher education level, because on the basis of that we decide the academic needs and the employment opportunities. Say for example, a student is passing through a course and there is no scope of job, no job avenues are there and he is unemployed. So, this is question mark for that particular course. So, evaluation is essential here, that why the students are unemployed, whether the skills required in the job market is not provided by this course, or what kind of issues are there, so the students are not able to get the job. So, existing program, how far is able to achieve the objectives is very essential to understand. The number of college and university dropouts has increased significantly. The enrollment rate at the start of this particular academic session was higher and gradually the students left out. Why? Big question for the curriculum workers. Why the enrollment was low? Not too much students enrolled in my education institution. Why? Some kind of difficulty is there, some kind issues are there, and these challenges are principal or the manager or the vice chancellor of any educational institution has to face. Evaluation of current program is therefore becoming more and more necessary just to solve these all questions, that why the students are not getting the good jobs, why they are unemployed, and why the dropout rate is higher and enrollment is low. These all kind of issues are checked out by the curriculum evaluation. Teachers often feel that the advancement of knowledge, upgradation of curriculum and teaching is an interesting manner motivates students. that teachers know, and we also know that advancement of knowledge, upgradation of curriculum and teaching all are motivate students to get the quality education. But it is essential for the teacher to evaluate what exactly will motivate his students, because what he may consider as interesting may not be so for the students. So, kind of advancement of knowledge and kind of interesting components be added here. So, the approach of transacting any curriculum should be practical. Instead of going through theories and principles, the learners sometimes get bored and not ready to go through the course. So, just to make it more advanced so that he can receive good information and he can motivate themselves to know more about that particular course. So, it is very essential that scope of the curriculum evaluation is just to know that what kind of teaching is suitable for the learners and what kind of interesting facts we added here just to make this course more popular among the students. To examine the impact of the program, when innovations are made in the course contents or teaching learning strategies at the higher education level, it is imperative to ascertain the impact of these changes on student motivation and learning. With recent technological advancement, innovations like computer based training and the introduction of multimedia in teaching learning strategies have become fairly common at the higher education stage. So, the effect of these on students' behavior, teachers' motivation and learning curves must be evaluated. So, here the scope of curriculum is to examine the impact of the program. First, as I told you that how far the teaching learning strategy was effective, and second is that what kind of advancement and the knowledge that advanced knowledge have been provided to the learners, and the technological inputs that are too much familiar, and the students, today's students that are preparing for 21st century, they are having technological skills and they are having the note taking habits with the help of the computer. They are having lot of websites, they are having Google, and they are having lot of technological disruptive technologies, etc., where they are having the interest to go through these all. So, it is essential that computer based training and technological advancement how far have been added in the curriculum, and how fairly common at the higher education stage. The effect of these on a student's behavior, teachers' motivation and learning comes must be evaluated. What is the impact of these all technological advancement on the behavior of the students, and how far the teachers are motivated to do their work, and what kind of learning curves are there, whether it is upward or it is going downward. So, these all having the questions, all having a space for curriculum evaluator, and that is why we say that the curriculum evaluation is very important aspect of any curriculum planning. Overall validation of the program, the published objectives, course outlines, laboratory instructions if any, prior test papers and assignments, etc., must all be carefully examined by the subject specialist in order to verify the course contents. So, the overall validation of the program in terms of this published objectives, course outlines, laboratory instructions, prior test papers and assignments, that all be carefully examined by the curriculum evaluation and by the those who are responsible for evaluation of the curriculum, because in curriculum planning we also give space to assess these all that I told you right now, that is objectives, course outlines, laboratory instruction, that is the resources available in the school, and the assignments and a kind of other work that we provide to our students. Why is curriculum evaluation needed? So, this also explains the scope of curriculum evaluation. Education is not static. This dynamic environment is impacted by changes in societal demands, pedagogical approaches and knowledge developments. Regularly assessing your curricula is essential to being on the cutting edge of education and satisfying the demands of your stakeholders and students. So, already told you that just to find out how far the environment is dynamic, how far the pedagogical practices, knowledge and other kind of developments have been evaluated, and regularly assessing your curricula is essential to being on the cutting edge of education and satisfying the demands of your stakeholders. What is the expectation of society? What is the expectation of your teachers? What is the expectation of your parents? So, these all should have a proper space to know and to satisfy all the stakeholders. Adaptation to a changing world. A decade ago, cutting edge fields may not be relevant today. Examining your curricula makes ensuring that your programs and teaching materials are current and relevant, reflecting the most recent findings in research, business practices and technology, and you may give your pupil the information and abilities they need to thrive in their lives and careers by adjusting to change. So, because we are passing through digital world and online learning, we are giving much more importance, because we have to train our students for 21st century. So, these all give a kind of question mark that whether we are able to develop this kind of 21st century skills among the students, because communication, presentation, these all are required when the student is having any kind of assignment in the institution, and when he is going for any work or for any job to the job market, he must having these all competencies and efficiencies. So, this adaptation to a changing world, it is very essential that the student can cope up with these all issues and challenges that we are facing nowadays. An education institution should provide them such kind of learning so that they can cope up in these all challenges and can solve the problems, because the problem solving skill is very essential skill. Without knowing this skill, the student would never be able to cope up in the outer world. Meeting accreditation standards. Accreditation is a crucial criterion of quality for many educational establishments. Accreditation frequently requires curriculum evaluation. The educational programs at your school are evaluated by accrediting authorities to see if they adhere to high standards. You can improve your chances of getting accredited and show that you are dedicated to providing high quality education by regularly reviewing your courses. So, accreditation is done by the team of experts and they evaluate whether the objectives of the education institution passing through this course being achieved or certain kind of improvement is needed here. Enhancing educational quality. Evaluating curricula effectively is a great way to raise the standard of instruction you offer. It enables you to pinpoint the advantages and disadvantages of your lesson plans, instructional practices, and evaluation techniques. With this knowledge, you may make focused adjustments to give your pupils a more interesting and productive learning environment. So, quality should be here, but to check the quality, evaluation is very important, and it provides a kind of direction to the teacher, a kind of direction to the curriculum planners that these kind of recommendations are here given by the stakeholders and be added just to raise the standard of the course. So, evaluating curricula effectively is a great way to raise the standard of instruction you offer. It enables you to pinpoint the advantages and disadvantages of your lesson plan, instructional practices and evaluation techniques. So, the lesson plan should be added enriched knowledge, technological inputs and a kind of thought provoking questions that at least can create a curiosity among the students. Data driven decision making. Evaluation of curricula gives you useful information on learning outcomes, student performance and satisfaction. You can use this information to prioritize areas that require attention, make evidence based decisions and allocate resources effectively. It turns learning from a guessing game into an informed adventure. So, you know that when we collect the data just to take the decisions. So, if we find anything is not suitable for us, for our learners, and in the light of this all the bases, this is not suitable. So, we try to reduce such kind of information from the course or from the curriculum, and we try to add the innovative ideas, the kind of demands and aspirations that a society has from the side of the school. So, it turns learning from a guessing game into an informed adventure. So, instead of taking the things as a guess or as a kind of just to making it fulfill that we are providing education to students, it is not sufficient to say that you are providing education is qualitative education. No, the qualitative education is required when you are providing the adequate information to the students, when you are using your resources at maximum, when you are trying to give a kind of counseling to the students how to make your life qualitative. So, such kind of decision making, all the kind of decision making procedures are modified on the basis of the data that we received from our students and from stakeholders. So, what I want to say that scope of this curriculum evaluation is also worthy when we are able to give the proper instructions to our students just to make the life qualitative and go ahead with all kind of technological inputs in such a way that you would be able to develop the 21st century skills. Demonstrating accountability. Every educational institution, whether public or private, has an obligation to its constitution. Every educational institution, whether public or private, has an obligation to its constituents, including parents, funders, those who are granting aid, students and the general public. The assessment of curricula is a sign of accountability This demonstrates your institution's dedication to fulfilling its commitments and making constant progress. So, demonstrating accountability gives a kind of scope to the curriculum to know that, to the curriculum planner, just to know that how far the commitments have been made and how far the teachers are dedicated and how far they are fulfilling their duties. So, constant progress or the continuous progress can be assessed with the help of continuous ongoing curriculum evaluation process. Fostering innovation. By looking for innovative and more efficient ways to teach, you may encourage teachers to be creative, encourage them to try out different teaching strategies and embrace new technologies to remain competitive in the educational scene. This innovative mentality is crucial. So, when we passing through the curriculum evaluation, there is also a scope that the teachers, that the other stakeholders can give the recommendation to performing or to adding a kind of new innovations that have been done recently and can be added to the curriculum. So, to remain competitive in the educational scene, because we are passing through the competitive world, and this innovative mentality is crucial because competition a student has to face in the outer world, and we are also having a kind of competition or the competitive world where everyone is having a kind of curiosity to innovate something new. So, this kind of evaluation or a scope of evaluation is concerned by fostering or by encouraging the innovation also, because the new technologies and these all encourages us to do something new out of the box. Feedback loop, iterative improvement. The iterative nature of curriculum evaluation is one of its defining characteristics. It is an ongoing process rather than a one-time event. The following actions are guided by the knowledge you obtained from stakeholders, feedback and data analysis. So, scope of the evaluation can also be determined by the feedback that we received from the stakeholders. Adjustments and improvements. Make specific changes and enhancements to your teaching strategies and curricula in the light of the results. Try to improve whatever the results you have received from this evaluation process and make specific changes that have been given as a recommendation of the by the evaluation team or by the accreditation team. So, these adjustment and improvement is only possible when there is scope and when there is curriculum evaluation. So, the scope of the curriculum evaluation is very essential in any education system. Monitoring progress. Track the effects of modifications over time, collecting fresh information to see whether advancements are producing the intended results. So, the progress that is going on, we are monitoring it and we try to understand that the objectives that we have framed, whether the intended objectives or the outcome of the learner is matching, or there is a kind of modification needed in education system. So, just to know these all kind of issues, it is very essential that the curriculum evaluation be done in the education system. Reassessment, review your goals on a regular basis to make sure that they still reflect the changing needs of your students and your institution. So, reassessment, that if you have something you have assessed, you may go another chance and you may have another chance to go again, because on the regular basis make sure that whatever you are doing, is it appropriate or is there any kind of need to add something just to make the system more effective. Accepting this feedback loop allows institutions to stay on the path of continuous improvement, respond quickly to changing conditions, and be attentive to the demands of their students. So, this is about the scope of curriculum evaluation that I discussed here, that why do we need this curriculum evaluation and where we can use this curriculum evaluation. That is, first to know whether the objectives that we have framed, intended objectives, are being achieved by the educational institution or there is any kind of change is required here. Secondly, to know the effectiveness of the system in terms of pedagogical practices, in terms of a kind of instructions, child learning experiences and a kind of examination system. These all can also be checked out with the help of evaluation. This evaluation is done by the agencies or by the accreditation team that is assigned by authorities, and they check it on the basis of the criteria framed by the nation or by the kind of organization that is responsible for higher education system or responsible for a school education system. So, they frame this criteria and on the basis of this the evaluation is done. Another point is that if there is any kind of issues that arises from the side of the society, from the side of the parents or from the side of any kind of stakeholders, so at least we can check it, that how far we are not able that particular issue, that we are not able to solve this particular issue and we need certain kind of modification here. So, the curriculum evaluation is very much helpful to make improvement in this kind of system where we are providing education to our students, and continuous evaluation also gives a kind of insight to the stakeholders that what should I do and what I should not do. So, this is about all about the scope of curriculum evaluation, and I do hope you have learnt these all concepts very clearly. Try to go through this content and try to understand that what is curriculum evaluation, what is the need of curriculum evaluation, what is the scope of curriculum evaluation, what are the approaches of curriculum evaluation, and why we can utilize this curriculum evaluation to raise the quality education. So, thank you very much to all of you. Be happy and be healthy. Thank you.